faith and that love for the Lord, I don't think I would be standing here. I'm fighting a flu/respiratory infection. So what I want to say for you all out there who has all the other things that you have to do, your responsibilities about your kids, your family, and things of that nature, remember health is important. It doesn't take rocket science to know that 45 minutes can carry you on to longevity in life. And this sport has offered so many windows of opportunities, and I'm just floored. I'm blown away on the accomplishments that I have been able to have under my repertoire. 7 Arnolds and 8 Olympic titles. I'm still pinching myself. I can't believe that it's true because something that just became a love into being just want to be an Olympian athlete, to compete against the world of the best, to actually win a show, and then to continue to win is mind-blowing. And to have my fans who's always writing me emails day after day as if I'm just sitting at the computer and asking immediate questions, but also motivating me and telling me that I am the greatest and they love me and they appreciate my honesty and my willingness to help them pay the payment of being healthy and also competing in the sport.
Well, Iris, you put yourself into iconic stature now in this industry, because when you talk about athletes in this sport that have dominated for the better part of a decade, and I want everybody to think about that for a minute, for almost literally 10 years, being at the top of your sport is almost unheard of. And in our game, really only done by 2 people, the great Lee Haney, Arnold, of course, earlier, Lee Haney, and the great Ronnie Coleman. And now you would put yourself in that elite set. How does it feel to actually be talked about in those circles?
You know what? Those names that you just spoke on, it's unbelievable to be standing in that same category. Again, it hasn't registered. I think I don't always have that much time to myself. I'm always having 1 or 2 to 5 people, around. But this past Olympia, I was actually to have some private time, and I actually really broke down. I cried probably half of the day because it is challenging, and it's every year you just really don't know what could take place. You could be a star today, and tomorrow you could be just that next number. So to continue to win these events and get the love from the fans and all the support, I'm like floored. I mean, it's no words that can register for me to spill with you today.
Well, I think the fans are floored, Iris, because like I said, this is a monumental effort, and you've showed no signs of slowing down. I think that's the biggest surprise to everybody is, you might still be a champion, maybe you still get a win, and maybe you eke one out, but you're still dominating. And that's not to take anything away from the competition. Of course, Yaxine, who pushed you all the way to that winner's circle, but you still have a young-looking physique. The muscles still pop. You still get yourself in that great, trademark conditioning that you have. So the question, of course, I'm sure you've been asked 100 times since you won already, is what's next? Are we going to see Iris on the Olympia stage? Do you have any thoughts of retirement? How much longer can you stay on top?
I think this is my call. We all want to retire at a certain point in our life with great things. Being on top, of course, of your sport, you don't want to leave out because you got an injury or things of that nature. But the Lord put me here for a reason. And if it's just to open other opportunities for others to take their health in the right perspective, so be it. If I can touch one person's heart today about exercising and being serious, great. But on the stage and competing-wise, I'm taking one day at a time. I have already accomplished what I wanted to accomplish. My next goal is to be the greatest Olympia athlete on stage with 9 victories, and that's where I'm going to stand right now. But my motivation, my spirit, my love, and all the things that brought me into the sport are still existing. I'm young. I'm not going to tell you my age. I'm young, and it's just, this is my calling.
Well, so we will see you on the Olympia stage, obviously, if I'm reading that correctly, going for that 9th victory.
Yes.
And that's got to be enticing because it's tough to go out on top of any sport. And we've seen many champions try to do it, maybe just one more, and it doesn't kind of go their way. Lee Haney obviously just kind of got out right at the right time. But are there any thoughts that if you actually go on to win this year's Olympia, that's a perfect swan song, man? That's a great ending. You go out on the Olympia stage, the hand held high in victory, a record 9th title and all that. Is that going to be too much to pass up? Like, is that the time to say, I'm the greatest?
Well, again, after you get there, you try to set the next goal, but it never ends that way. We can say we're going to be, I can say I'm going to be in the next 10. I'm going to be shooting for the next 10 for the victory, but I just really don't know. I just have to take one day at a time, and I think that's how it goes, Bob. And if I don't think negative, and all the past history of people not going back to win that championship that they want, if you don't have negative thoughts, you don't get negative results.
Spoken like a true champion. Ladies and gentlemen, 7-time Classic champion, Kyle.